I've turned my monster right side out. Now, of course, I'm not trying very hard because I'm just doing this to show you an example. Make sure that you pull out all of these seams, get your corners poked out, make it look good. But see how much smaller it gets once you turn it right side out? That's why I made you guys draw your pattern so big and you thought I was crazy. This is why. Okay, so once that happens, you're gonna stuff it. Obviously more stuffing than this, but don't stuff it too full because that makes it really hard to sew. To sew it shut. Okay, don't leave them out like this and sew it. That's not pretty. We're gonna fold these in. You're gonna make your seam allowance. You want it to line up. You don't want it to look like you've sewn by hand there. So you're gonna line it up. You're gonna stick a few pins in. This is a little harder when it's fully stuffed, but stick a few pins in like this to hold it shut so you can get going. Okay, we want our thread not to show on the outside. So to start with, I'm just gonna grab a few of my little threads here to hide the knot, or make a mess. Okay, again, I'm not quite as worried because I'm just trying to show you guys the basic idea here. So don't leave it looking ugly like that, but for now I don't care. All right, now the goal here, I want to sew that fold that I created when I folded that in and made a nice pretty little seam allowance. That's where I want my needle to go, is right inside that little fold, just like that. Okay, it doesn't come, you'll notice my needle doesn't come out this side. I'm gliding it right along the top, just like that. And then I'm going across and doing it on the other side, right behind where I came out. I go just a little bit and then through like that. Okay, and then across to the other side. And remember, I'm not coming out this side. That's when your stitches show. You're going just between those two layers of fabric. You're sliding it along. This is why this is called a slip stitch, because you're slipping it right through the fabric. Okay, now, granted, I've been doing this for a few years, okay? My stitches are gonna be more hidden than yours. I'm not expecting yours to be perfect, but I am expecting there not to be really big, ugly stitches showing. So when I get to that pin, I'm gonna take it out, get just right there where I came out on the other side, and slip through all the way to the end. Once you get to the end, you're gonna tie a knot just like we did with our button, where you're gonna grab a few of the little threads and tie your knot. Okay, so again, I'm not doing this super well because I'm just trying to show you the gist here. So I'm at the end now. This is where my seam ends. I'm gonna grab just a few of my little threads in my fabric. Then makes a loop, and I put my needle through it, tie my knot. I'm gonna do one more of those, just because I like to make sure it's extra secure. So needle through my loop, tie a knot, okay? So again, I've done this for a long time. You can't see my stitches, they're invisible. Yours will probably show a little bit. That's okay, just make sure they're not huge, ugly stitches, okay?